I wrote evidence for the Los Angeles Chamber Orchestra. You know, any piece of music is a journey, and it's also, in a way, a problem that you have to get yourself out of. You kind of pose a problem as the composer, and then the trick is, can you find your way home? And my guiding metaphor for evidence is that of a kind of ocean journey. The piece is roughly in 3 movements, which kind of correspond to setting off from some kind of shore and then being in this kind of open ocean, this open musical ocean, and then this kind of whirlwind arrival at another shore. One of the interesting formal challenges of the piece is bringing things almost to a complete stop and seeing if you can find a way with the musical material that's already been introduced to kind of reawaken the energy. And without giving away the ending, some energy is reawakened, and the question becomes, whether we make it out alive. I was thinking about how the big difference between an artistic practice and a lot of religious practices is that if a lot of religions are based on faith, music, we don't take things on faith. We want proof we want proof of the miracle. We want evidence, and so evidence of whether we make it home or not is kind of the trick of this piece. Oh man, it's I don't have kids, but it's like letting kids go, leave home,
Right.
and live their own lives. In my notation, I tend to be a bit of a micromanager. I'm quite precise in the rhythms. So I like to think that if you play what's written, that the piece should speak to a degree. But I've found that actually, for some people playing my music, that intricacy can be misread, and some people think it's supposed to sound hard, or it's supposed to sound kind of jittery just because the rhythms have a precision.
Mm-hmm.
So I think one of the challenges with this piece, as with a lot of my pieces, is to try and find a naturalness, even to things that may not look natural on the page, and maybe they are just totally unnatural, and it's my fault. But finding that flow
Right.
is a big challenge.
Right.
I first encountered the Orchestra of St. Luke's as a fanboy. I love their recording of Nixon in China, John Adams' opera, which I think is the first recording of it. And then I was a coach, pianist at Caramoor for 2 summers in college at bel canto at Caramoor. And of course, St. Luke's has always been the orchestra for that program. So I got to spend some time with the players and saw their amazing flexibility, shifting from playing programs like this one week and then playing a really rare Donizetti opera the next. It's the kind of orchestra that only a city like New York can support, I think. The kind of orchestra that's founded upon the idea that these are independent-minded players. They should and will have other projects of their own, and they bring that kind of chamber music mindset to the orchestra, and you can hear it. So I can't wait to hear what they do with it.